Hello, welcome back to another one of my videos. I'm Nabi, and the question that we are going to answer today is, what are we going to be like together if we were to be in a relationship? So what would we be like together? And we have 4 piles to choose from. Pile number 1, pile number 2, 3, and 4. Take a second to decide which pile is yours. And let us get started. Alright, pile number 1 with this blue stone here. I'm going to be using the Arcana of Astrology to find out what the general vibe is between you two. What would the general vibe between pile number 1 and their person be like if they were in a relationship together? What would the vibe between them be like? What would... Oh. Lilith. Okay. It's gonna be very sexy. Or it's gonna deal a lot with, like, carnal desires. Sex being one of those activities. There's just gonna be this, like, raw sense of attraction towards each other, where it feels instinctual, like animalistic. So unfortunately no other cards are coming out, so I'm gonna move on to this Chrysalis Tarot. So what is it gonna be like? Page of Scrolls, which is page of, what is it? Swords? The Scroll Swords? I think so. And then 3 of Stones, 3 of Pentacles. So there's going to be a lot of, like, chatting, I guess. Y'all will be learning things together. It could be that you're both students and you'll meet at school or at a profession or something, in a setting where you're learning something, having to speak about your findings as someone new to the field or something. And then we have the 10 of Mirrors, or 10 of Cups. That's pretty promising. So a lot of your dynamic is actually owed to, you might go out to parties together, or you might engage with each other at parties, or you met at a party or something, and oftentimes this card is a card of happiness, right? It's like overflowing happiness, but I think this might only occur, I don't know. I feel like this is, like, very much isolated to those social situations where everybody's drinking, there's a lot of people, it's very busy, that sort of thing. Ace of Cups in reverse, yeah. So, I mean, we have the 10 of Cups, but we also have the Ace of Cups in reverse, which is Ace of Cups is, like, unconditional love. The 10 of Cups, while it is a lot of love, it is conditional upon, like, all of these things, like, all of these factors weighing in, all the people, the excitement, you know. And then we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Yeah. Just hold on. Let me look up. I haven't used this deck in a long time, so I gotta look up what some of these stand for. Just one sec. Okay, and we're back. I'm sorry about that. Yes, so Spirals is Wands, and yeah, Scrolls is Swords. Isn't that weird? Maybe not weird if you think of swords in terms of, like, air energy, air, intellect, writing, language, scrolls. Anyway, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. And we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. We have the Lovers though, so there is some compatibility there. But like right underneath this like 10 of Cups, I think it's like really like environment dependent. Like you have some similarities in that you're both students, you're both learning something, you're both like apprentices of some sort. And we also have the Pilgrim here, so it's likely that you met at college and you're from like places that are far away from that college. Either you, them, or both of you. But it's not very promising when you have the Ace of Wands in reverse and Ace of Cups in reverse. There can be drinking to the excess, like together. I can see one of you being the Ace of Cups in reverse and the other being the Ace of Wands in reverse. Like there's just like an incompatibility in terms of like how your emotions and your like will. We also have 8 of Wands in reverse. If you can see, it's like meteors raining down on this like forest here. It's like a pretty stressful scene. So, like stressful motions, quick motions, but in reverse. So I can see this relationship starting, like if you were to be together, I can see it starting off like pretty well. Like again, you're gonna meet in a really ideal place, passions will be high, you'll feel so into each other, but then it's just gonna like sort of gradually die off because of the differences that you do experience between you. The passion is gonna die off and some of the emotions as well. Anything else? But you will be together for some time. I just don't see it. Oh. I just don't see it being super lasting. Yeah, we have the Hierophant in reverse. So it might get to the point where you might try like unconventional like arrangements. Maybe being polyamorous. There's nothing wrong with that. And then we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Like this partnership is not going to lead to marriage, unfortunately. You will be happy for some time, but as with like all relationships all connections, all relationships, it doesn't mean that it's not going to be special, because it's going to contribute to who you are in the future. Every relationship that you have, every connection that you have is important. But as far as whether or not this is the one, I don't think so. So, thanks for tuning in. If it resonated, please like, subscribe, comment, and we will see you in another video. Bye. Alrighty, welcome pal number 2. You have this piece of clear quartz here. If you watched my previous videos, you might have seen this several times. I love this piece. Let's put it back. Okay, so we're going to use the Arcana of Astrology deck to figure out what is the general vibe between you and this person. Like in a relationship. What is going to be the general vibe? What is the general vibe between pal number 2 and their person if they were to be in a relationship together? Intimate relationship. Alright, so I got series. So loving, caring, nurturing. It's lovely. You could mother each other. Or somebody could be more mothering and the other will sort of copy. Then we have the sun. So if we look at the tarot interpretation, it's all about happiness, yada yada yada, but in terms of astrology, it's about like being yourself. So you're like loved for being yourself. That's pretty wonderful. That is the general vibe. Okay, let us move on to the Chrysalis Tarot. What would a relationship between pile 2 and their person be like? Oops. Too many cards. What would a relationship between pile number 2 and their person be like? I'm sorry, that was too many cards. I just need 1, 2, or 3. What would a relationship between those two be like? Okay, Knight of Wands, Ace of Cups. So there's gonna be a lot of back and forth energy. I think y'all will be playing the field, or like kind of like keeping your options open, at least in the beginning. Or you could have like an open relationship where you welcome that sort of like energy, those other connections, to help like enrich your connection together. We also have Nine of Pentacles, so you're like pretty set together in this way. So like you have an open relationship. It's wonderful. You're stable. You're set. You nurture each other. You're happy. What else? Also, seeing this pirate here, I think you might like to dress up for each other, you know, in the bedroom, wink wonk. And might even like watching. No, I unintentionally just had to make this. This is suddenly 18 plus, but that's fine, I guess. But yeah, like you might like to watch each other in the mirror when you're doing it. What else? I think one of your shticks might be like somebody dresses up as a pirate and then makes them walk the plank. We have Eight of Cups. So this connection might come after after some heartbreak. Like you were in a committed relationship where maybe it was stifling and it was just something that you had to walk away from. We also have this like Four of Pentacles here. So whatever it is also like really ruined your security in some way, shape, or form. You might have lost money out of the situation. Definitely lost a home. Like you had to move or something. We also have the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like the situation that you had left before, you had been patiently waiting, or you had been waiting for a long time and you were becoming impatient. Like you were like, when am I... Like you had a goal in mind, but it just never came to, and you had to walk away. And I think it also like represents like patience that you have with each other. Like in this particular... in this connection here that we're seeing. Yeah, so let me pick up that card. And we have the Hierophant. This might lead to marriage. Just because you are so free with each other, so open with each other, so nurturing. Like, this is definitely going to be a long-term relationship. Like, it definitely requires a lot of trust and a lot of vulnerability and just like true love, really, for these connections to last in the long term. And by these connections, I mean like a situation where like you feel open enough to like explore sexually with other people while knowing that your relationship is secure. And I think you both come from a place of having like I said before, you've played the game, you've played the field, like you have experience, and it's all culminated. It's all gonna culminate in this connection here. I'm so sorry. But basically, you all have earned this connection. Or will have earned this connection. And it's gonna be great. So, I am so happy for you all. Anyway, if this resonated with you, if you're happy, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and we will see you in the next video. Bye now. Hello and welcome, pal number 3. Alright, so I am shuffling the Arcana of Astrology right now to figure out what is the general vibe between the two of you when you do have a relationship together. Or if you're in a relationship together, what the vibe would be. Okay, so we have Scorpio, intensity, possessiveness, like emotional intensity. Lunar eclipse in reverse. So gonna have to deal with some internal issues, I see. Eris in reverse. I think Eris is the annihilator. Yikes. Okay, and then Vesta in reverse. Vesta is all about devotion, like devotion to spirit, to self, to the great divine. Maybe not to the self, but for some reason I said it. Yeah, so all in all, a very intense vibe here. I think y'all are gonna bring a lot of like emotional baggage to the table if you were to come together. Yeah. Okay, let us get on with the Chrysalis Tarot. Let's grab some cards and find out more. So, what is a relationship between them gonna be like? What is a relationship between them going to be like? Oh man, shot out like a bullet. Ace of Swords. So a lot of talk. You know? Let me bring out the other cards before I tell you, but oh man, the Tower. Okay, so I was on the right track. And the High Priestess in reverse. So this is somebody that you've been in a connection with before. Like you've had a prior like connection with this person. That's why it's already like coming in with such intense energy. It's because you've had a past together. Like something happened. You're not in communication anymore. That's probably why there's this Ace of Swords here. Somebody or both of you want to talk. Want to like want to open up a new channel of communication between you two. Also, we have the High Priestess in reverse. I think overall this relationship is not a good idea. You wouldn't be listening to your intuition by engaging in this relationship. I think if I were to pick a pile, I would have picked this one. So I'm like, oh no. Oh no. And then we have two of Pentacles here. So I think you actually have a choice. Or at this point, in this hypothetical situation, you would have had two choices. You could have gone with this person or somebody else. What else? There would be a lot of arguing for sure. Like the person on this Tower card with the mouth open. We also have the Ace of Swords, a lot of words going back and forth, emotional words. We also have Four of Cups in reverse. You might at some point regret not picking the other pentacle. We have the Hero or the Fool in reverse. So it's going to be a pretty stressful situation, like relationship for you. Like neither of you will feel very free. What else? And then we have this King of Wands in reverse with this Tower. This person could be disloyal to you. Is that the word? Might cheat on you. Or might, even if cheating's not involved, they might, because it's a king, I think it might be a power move for them to make you jealous. Like they might hold the threat of cheating on you over your head so that you do do what they want you to do. That's not very... Okay, oh no. I am very concerned. So, without saying, this connection here would be highly karmic. Like, even if you've never actually met this person or had a relationship with them before, you could say in previous lifetimes, like, you've had intense relationships with them before, and in this lifetime, perhaps you're supposed to be settling it. We also have the Nine of Cups in reverse. So many cups tossed, so many mirrors broken. It's just not going to be happy. And what card is this under? It's under the Ace of Swords. So you're going to be speaking a lot, but it's not going to be coming from a place of love or kindness or caring for the other person. Your cups are going to be empty. And so you're going to like be... The exchange is going to be very nasty and just accusatory and just horrible in general. And we have the Page of Wands in reverse. It could potentially result in a child. But, you know, it's like the worst thing that you could possibly do is to have a kid within this connection because it's so obviously toxic. So, yeah, that was your reading. Pile number 3. If you need a private reading, like, my email's in the description, but overall, like, just, if I were you, I would avoid this. Like, completely avoid it. I mean, and I told you that this is my pile, so I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out. Because, yeah, it's just gonna be so abusive. You don't want to be a part of this. There's definitely something way better for you in the future. Like, it could draw you in because of how dark and seductive it might be. Like, this person might be very magnetic and, like, will draw you in. But really just... it's not good for you. Anyway, yeah, that was your reading, pile number 3. We will see you next time, okay? Bye. Alrighty, welcome pile number 4. Let's get started. What is the vibe going to be like between you and your person? If you were to be in a relationship together. Oops. Okay, we have Chiron in reverse. Chiron is an asteroid, demi-planet? I don't know, but in astrology it represents pain, like a wound that's hard to grow from. We have Gemini in reverse, so you could have Chiron in Gemini, or even Sagittarius, the opposite sign of Chiron. So the general vibe of this relationship is centered around communication, pain around communication. It could be healing from that pain or inflicting more wounds. But we'll see. We actually have one more card that dropped out, and it's Pluto. So what is Pluto all about? Cutting out what you don't need. Personal transformation. Taking the pain that you've experienced and starting something anew from it. Alright, so I'm going to be taking the Chrysalis Tarot and finding out what exactly is a relationship going to be like with them. Okay. So, we have Seven of Wands, fighting. Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Stones in reverse. So, loss of stability, loss of money, loss of security. What is a relationship gonna be like? What is a relationship going to be like for pile number 4 and their person? Oh! We have King of Cups. King of Cups in reverse. Somebody could be a heavy drinker. Could become emotionally cold. Emotionally cold. Ugh. Emotionally cold. What else? It could also indicate that he might, well, assuming that your person is a he might lose interest first. We have Ten of Wands. It's going to be super stressful. Like, it's going to be a big burden on the both of you. And the Hierophant in reverse. It's not going to result in a marriage. You might find yourself in an arrangement that you actually don't agree with. Oh, crap. Nope, too many. I'm sorry. I'll just move this up. Also, there's a baby here. You could have a child with this person, but you won't be married or anything. You won't be in a committed thing. This person is not going to stick with you. Or even if they do stick with you, it's not somebody that you'll want to keep in your life with that Pluto up here, because this being the general dynamic, like, there are things that you're learning to cut out within this relationship. This relationship is going to trigger certain changes and realizations. And sometimes, like, you don't want to stay... Like, it's a lesson, and you don't want to, like, keep it with you your entire life. Kind of like if you've been to college, like you buy like $300 like textbooks, you use it for one class and otherwise it's just useless. It just takes up space in your room. So not exactly the best analogy there. But yeah, like it's baggage that you don't need, is what I'm trying to say. We have the World in reverse. What else can I say? Like, you don't want to be tied down. You don't want to have to sacrifice your world in order to be with this person and possibly take care of the child that you conceived together. Too many. Can I get these one at a time, please? One at a time. That's it. I don't have any more. The deck's not going to give me any more cards unless I, like, shuffle for another 20 minutes. Who knows? But yeah, like, everything you need to know is here. It's gonna deal with addictions. Your person might be a drinker, might develop a drinking problem. There are gonna be communication problems, arguing, not being able to like, listen to each other, and that's going to cause a lot of chaos, some violence, possibly a child that you don't want, and you're going to lose a lot out of it. Like, you might find yourself sacrificing time to be with this person, and then eventually, like, having to quit work or leave where you live, like, make a lot of sacrifices, especially with this world, the world in reverse here. Make a lot of sacrifices for the sake of this person, for the sake of this connection. The unintentional family that you've made with this person. And it stems from issues from the past. So, like, you could come from a tumultuous / broken home, I guess you could say. So this feels, like, natural to you, maybe? No, I think, like, you are familiar with this sort of dynamic, I think. But you know in your gut that it's wrong. And again, don't conceive this child. You don't want to be tied down to this. Alright? Okay, well, that was your reading, pile number 4. I hope this doesn't happen. And I hope, like, you get something out of it. I hope that you heed my advice if you do come across this situation. And yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.